Hey, welcome back everybody. I'm Lou, and this is Metal Lens Reviews. How y'all doing? So, if this happens to be your first time here, you're checking it out, you like what you see, thank you. Please do me that favor of like, comment, subscribe, because as I mentioned before, it really helps me grow the channel, spread it to the masses, and of course motivates me to provide you guys with more content. Privet. Alright, so what's up? Another Russian artist that I recently discovered. It was a duet between Diana Akadinova and Bilan. I just found out his full name, Dima Bilan, and the song was called Bitter Rain. I was able to put up the translations for the lyrics in this. You know, sometimes they're a little bit off, so, you know, forgive me for that. But yeah, you know, this guy is pretty interesting. Turns out he was a Eurovision contestant. I'm not sure how far he went, if he won or if he was a finalist. But hearing him do that duet with Diana Ankudinova, that was just, you know, it was magic. And I was like, I gotta listen to a song, you know, by this guy by himself, and that's what I'm about to do. So yeah. You know, what do I expect? You know, like many of the Russian artists here, they always surprise me. Because I think it's going to go in one direction, and they wind up creating this, you know, not just a visual. It's never about the visuals. They help. You know, it's like a supplementary visual that adds to the song. But the music, how they sing, the styles, they're creative. And just like a lot of artists, I listen to different nationalities, cultures and backgrounds. They always interpret music different. You know, sometimes they borrow from different musical elements. But you know, for Bilan here to be in Eurovision, which I'm sure is no easy task, yeah, I expect it to be something wonderful and creative, and yeah, I'm here for it. Alright guys, well, let's cue this video up. Let's check it out together. Once again, this is Bilan with Bitter Rain. Alright, let's do this.
Таких, как я, ты не найдешь. Проходит жизнь моя в гримерке. Артисты видят мир жестоким, нет сострадая, не поймешь. Живу в двух комнатах вдвоем, в одной я сам, в другой ночами со мной живет чужая боль. И эта боль между сердцами, мои молитвы, море слез. Одета память в гимнастерку, осталась горькая любовь и запоздалые упреки. Дождь, это горький дождь, горечь рваных слез. И что с тобой, любовь моя, горькая любовь? А счастье просто ложь, просто искаженная реальностью судьба. Воу-воу-воу. Это горький дождь, пьяная земля, в ногах качается луна. Горечь.
Alright, so this is another one where it was kind of hard to pause because it had a very nice dramatic opening. And normally, you know, I try to focus kind of on the video, on the lyrics, how the singer's expressing himself, you know, the singer himself, and what I'm getting here is, you know, normally it takes me a while to kind of figure out what's going on, you know, but I like it. Okay, so comedy, tragedy kind of deal here, that's what it seems like. In this case, he's portraying himself as kind of like an entertainer, a joker. I think the song is about no matter how hard you work at your art, if you're an entertainer, especially if you're an entertainer, an actor, a performer, or what have you, you know, it's bittersweet, bitter rain in this case, because it's taxing on your health, your mental capacity. You know, some artists I hear wear a smile in front of the camera, but they're dying on the inside, and I think that's what he's trying to convey here in this song. We're just a minute in, but that's, if I had to guess, that's kind of what I think the song's about. The struggling of being an entertainer and just putting on a smile, a fake smile, when you really don't. You know, like I said, life is like a play, especially when you're in this kind of industry. It could be a comedy or a tragedy, and we both know how those turn out. So I think that's the message here. Let me know if I'm in the ballpark, guys. Like I said, I always kind of ask you guys as far as translation-wise and the interpretation of the meaning, but I think I might be onto something here. Let me know in the comments. Alright, let's keep going.
Не первый я и не второй, сам по себе я твой Сальери. Мне кто-то шепчет за спиной, что я крещеный небом гений. Я стал слугой печальных грез, судьбе обязан я немногим. От страха стынет в сердце кровь, я белый ворон саморода. Дождь, это горький дождь. Где же ты, любовь, и ждет ли там меня она? Горечь рваных слез, а счастье просто ложь, просто искаженная реальностью судьба.
You know, the irony here, in this case, he's, kind of like what do they call those guys? A mime, I guess. A variant of a clown, and their jobs, mimes, clowns, to make people laugh, but that's hard when you can't make yourself happy, your job is to make people happy and, make them laugh, but when you have a hard time bringing that back to you, that's the irony right there. That's a dark irony. And if you guys are familiar, obviously, everybody listening probably is aware of Batman and the Joker. The Joker is kind of a tragic character, if you think about it. He's a villain, but his story leading up, depending on which, I guess, version of the Joker, there's a tragedy there. And, you kind of see the shades of that here, This man isn't a villain. This is just the excess of entertainment and how exhausting it is, and, trying to keep that smile for the camera. But really, you just want to be off, in a dark corner, just, with your inner thoughts, and that's, like I said, that's what I'm getting out of this. Pretty interesting, though. Pretty interesting exposition on a character study here. Russian style, which is awesome. Really, really appreciate that. Let's keep going.
Горечь рваных слез, а счастье просто ложь, просто обреченная реальностью судьба.
Wow, that was impressive and very moving too. Wow, very emotional song too. There at the end. Wow. It sounds like I'm exaggerating, but I'm really not. That was that was pretty powerful for someone I've heard for literally the second time. I knew there was something special. I mean, obviously, when you're sharing the stage with another famous singer, you guys have to complete each other, and it's an equal shared experience. This was Bilan by himself, and man, wow! I know I keep saying that. It's a poor way of adjective to describe him, but yeah, I mean, the acting here, the aesthetics, the way it looked, was really spot on. Really, really, it's a story we've all heard and we all know about, but I love seeing it in someone else's shoes. And the backdrop, everything about it was good. The song, I think I got it. Like you said, that comedy tragedy mix. And this obviously being the tragedy, there you go. This is it in a nutshell. If you ever wondered, like this was an example of a mime, a clown, someone to make you laugh, be happy, change your mood. Meanwhile, they're slowly dying on the inside, or they're just miserable and they can't make themselves laugh, even though that's their, profession. Yeah, great, and I think I might have to kind of go down the rabbit hole and check out more of Bilan's work, because this was, to me, impressive and inspiring, motivating, moving, all those compiled into one. So, yeah. Well, there you have it. That was Dima Bilan with Bitter Rain. Awesome song, awesome video, and very touching, moving kind of, symbolic rhythm and just explanation of the troubles and tribulations of a artist and what they go through, no matter what kind of entertainment they deliver. It's a hard way to the top, Alright guys, thanks for watching. If you made it this far in the video, please like, comment, subscribe if you haven't. And if you want to throw me another song to review or react to, something you want to recommend or suggest to me, and you want to jump ahead of the line, be the first one to have that video pop up with me reacting to it, I'll leave a link down below just so you can follow it, check it out if you so choose. But it'll be entitled "Buy Me a Coffee," and you can do it through that. Other than that, my friends, thanks again for watching. I'll see you all very, very soon. Peace.